Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And leading them out, one of the league's longest tenured quarterbacks.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second down now, 7 to go. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Darnold has him on the quick hitter. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Headed out right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Third and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground. First time this game they've looked to him. So it'll be second down. Throwing here, Darnold. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing from the gun here. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Okay, you know he's happy about that win last week, but less happy about his performance. He went into the lab this week, there's no question about it, and studied those mistakes, those 2 interceptions, because he knows that's not sustainable for winning. And I love a line from Mike McDonald. He talks about the quarterback being the voice of poise. That means flushing those mistakes from a week ago and being poised to go attack today.
Give him 32 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Young on the play action. That's complete to Leggett. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Looking right, and he finds him. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play action now. Young bails out of the pocket, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Young working from the gun. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
Working inside the red zone. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Young. Hubbard hauls it in.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And he is the NFL leader in rushing yards as we work through November. He's hoping an excellent season can continue as such here. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Cut out left. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now Darnold escapes the punt. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now an inside give to Walker. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Couple yards there on 2nd down, and now a long ways to go on 3rd. To throw, here's Darnold. Getting out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. Seahawks bringing out the punt team. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in primetime. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Young on 1st and 10. Get some space around midfield. At the 20. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers need only one to take the lead. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner, they've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers push their lead to 3. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They motion the tight end over. They'll go with Walker on the counter. And they take him down after just a small gain on the final play of the first. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Here's Darnold to throw. He fires one deep down the left side. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the big play moves him well past midfield. Has him set up now at the 35. Walker on first down. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Cut near the goal line. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
That is all-out effort, Kate, to make the catch. Putting his body on the line, diving for the ball. He earned that reception, and some more targets are clearly coming his way in the future.
Walker. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some...
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Seahawks take a second quarter lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Here's Carter on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Panthers and Xavier Legette with the football once again. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. To the air on first down. Young. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw, Young. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Young. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Walker. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Seattle! Now the 2nd time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a 2nd home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Podlesny's extra point is up and good. And the Seahawks drive their lead to 11. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Evans now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Panther offense headed out to the field. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Young to throw it. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
On 3rd down, it's Young. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Seahawks football. They go play action on 1st. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Darnold now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. It's the Seahawks, lined up with a 2nd and 8. Darnold looking to throw. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Darnold. Escapes the puck. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Punting unit out now. The Panthers set to take the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Young throwing here. Has him on the quick hitter. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Here's 2nd and 5. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Throwing from the gun here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. No return on that punt, and they're going to take over possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st to 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Escapes out to the left. He's running with it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Their punter making his way out now. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's there. Fair catch called for and taken. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Here come the Panthers, taking over late in this 1st half. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Young working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. Now the Panthers decide to spend their third and final timeout. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Young. That's complete till he gets. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers make it a one-score game before halftime. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. 1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing here, Darnold. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A final throw before the break. A massive shot towards the end zone. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. And with no halftime report this week, it seems, we're going to get right back to the field for the start of quarter number 3. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. This drive will begin with Hubbard. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Defense shows blitz. Young. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Rush coming for Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They send a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Now, I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. but that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Gets to space right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. They run again with Hubbard. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Hubbard again. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Young. Flush down out to his left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit. And they're going to get out there to check on him. And out comes the Panthers field goal unit. He connected once and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks offense running out now. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here he goes on the bootleg. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they face 2nd down. It's Walker on the option. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold to throw. Got a man. It's Thomas. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That one gains 7. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Walker now from the gun. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 3rd and just 2 to go. They give up the gut to Walker. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
They'll bring out the punter here. And they could really use a good one here. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. Wow, special teams highlight here. What a kick, downing it at the 1. The Panthers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember. But as you like to say, the defense will probably rather forget. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
He was taken down behind.
I'll talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Short pass brought in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
To the air on first down, Young. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
From the 41, completed over the middle. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Legette's got it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. Second and 6 coming up here. From the pistol, it's Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Now it's Young. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Darnold now to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Hand off to Walker from the gun. Cuts it to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Darnold looking to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now Walker. Oh, he trucked that defender. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up second and 8. Staying with Walker. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. We have an injured player down there. Looks like it's a member of the Panthers in some discomfort. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Darnold. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. He's back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So Jackpot Leslie's on in a high-pressure spot. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. They send the tight end in motion. Trying again, following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed come into the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
Young on 1st and 10. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Young has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Young working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Panthers needing 4 points. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Young to throw it. Finds him on the slant. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Setting up to pass. The throw is caught. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he doesn't get the lane he wants or needs. He's going to be taken down at the line. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Throwing now. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. A conversion unlikely, but the offense is going for it. 4th and 13. Here he is to throw. This throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. 2nd and 3 now. Running with Walker again. No one around. He's got space. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory.